Whitehaven. You note her enamored nature as she kind of just smiles at you, yet cruelly just kind of looks past you to the husk. Noting its emptiness, she just kind of nods her head. A very good job. Hmm. Looking back to you, she just kind of shrugs a bit.
I I didn't know making a deal would feel like a firebolt to the brain.
Yes, well, that's the goal. Anyway, you look lovely, sir. Um, mm, while I'm still in your care, I can't tell if there's anything different about you, but mm, contractually, there's not. That said, you may want to get us out of here. Well, I mean, I could, but she just kind of shrugs. It would be fun to see what you can do.
So, I guess dusting himself off and just kind of just rubbing his eyes a bit. I'm just yeah. Wait, yeah, that was weird. 5, 10, 15. Uh, I'm gonna try to open the door.
You know that being locked.
Okay, then. I'm just gonna look back to Whitehaven. This is this a normal thing?
She kind of nods to you slowly. Anytime someone mm, breaches one of the husks, the temple security goes off. So, indeed, it is. Uh, Simple lock for someone of your expertise. I'm sure you can figure it out. Hmm.
Uh, Looking towards the door, I'ma just the same gesture I used on the Amber Golem. I'm just gonna point it to the lock. Does anything happen?
You know the quick click as the door seemingly becomes unlocked. You know Lady Whitehaven just kind of clapping slowly. Hmm. You're much more useful now. And with that, she just kind of gets up and walks next to you. Hmm. What else can you do?
That right. It's a whole bunch of shit. Ah shit. Where was Rahadin last time you saw him?
The main hall with your little blue friend, Tilgrim.
Alright. With that, I'm gonna just push open the door.
Mhm. Opening the door, you kind of see Camden kind of just turn towards you. I don't know if Kester does as well.
I mean, may as well.
Okay, both of them just kind of look up at the door opening.
Uh, who's that?
You know, Camden just kind of looking back towards Kester and shaking his head. I'm not exactly sure, but judging by the outfit, I'd say that is your masked friend. Well, you all have such interesting accessories. Bennett, sir, is that you, friend?
Very same. I had a bit of a migraine though, but yeah, still me.
Kind of nodding, you note Camden smiling. You're much better looking without that ghastly mask of yours.
Yeah, there was a bit of a reason for me putting that on. It's more of an identity thing, but yeah.
He just kind of shakes his head happily. Sure, sure. Say, noting your arm, he kind of smiles with it. Oh, I see. Hmm. And what did you wish for?
Just to get all my memories back.
You know, the Camden's just kind of shrugging. Seems a little boring, but eh.
Um, can't say I'm very exciting. I just want it to not be a blur. Think you
I'm
made it.
stepping out. You know, Helwa to your right, just kind of laying against the wall, or looking at you. She just kind of shrugs. Not Jotun.
Kester, where did you last see Rahadin?
He was up by the statue with Telegram, I think. Well, I mean, not I think. He's attached to the hip.
Alright.
Note the visuals for everyone real quick, which is that.
So, I guess walking out of the with all that happening, I'm just gonna look towards the door Kester's in front of. What are you doing?
I was trying to melt the lock on this door. Why do you ask?
You don't need to melt the lock.
Oh?
Want to
Yeah,
move
I'll just
over?
step aside. Yeah.
So, going up to the door, I'll just use the same gesture on the lock.
As you point at the lock, you hear a click.
Hey, teach me how to do that.
Do I need to teach you how to position your hands?
Would be nice.
So, looking towards him and Camden, I'll just go, which one of you wanted to get in here?
You
That's
know,
gonna point over
Camden
at Canton.
raises his hand. Oh, me. Very nice, very nice.
I'll
No, I was
just
kind of wondering about this. Like, didn't you say that you needed something stronger and that this place was all weak gods?
You just see Camden nodding. Hmm. True enough. I'm not here to make any deals. I just need to test something.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead then.
You know him kind of just curtsy a bit. Much obliged.
I'll go back to the main room. I have to talk to Dean and hopefully try to figure out what's going on. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're coming back here?
I mean, you're over here with nobody else.
Oh, I mean, I was just helping Camden out and looking for you, so I'm probably gonna just head up to you when I'm done here. Oh,
So,
yeah, I'm also looking for a god, so I'm probably gonna need you to translate for me.
seeing the light suddenly flash,
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck's going on in there?
uh, so I'm assuming looking past Kester, I could see like the hexagonal light show going on.
Oh yeah, you can.
So, like listening to Kester mid senses, like my eyes are just gonna dart towards the door. Ah, shit. Looking into the room, what exactly do I see?
You note that there just seems to be a much smoother amber glaze on the floors and the walls. You note the floor is made from a red marble. It's not obsidian. It's strange, actually, that it's so deeply red. You also note that the ceiling in the room is higher than the other room you were in. It's about 10 feet instead of the or I'm sorry, it's 10 feet up to the center, which is extended. You know, they looking up a massive hole in the ceiling, going which you seem to see going or leading up to the first second floor. You recall seeing the same hole on the second floor. You note Camden's hand being flush against one of the husks in the south as the light just kind of slowly just revolves around the room. You don't know that he sounds. It seems that whatever Camden's touching, you can't see with his body blocking, but he seems to be slumped forward against the husk. He doesn't seem to be conscious.
I guess I'm not the only one who's gonna be making a deal. Kessler, I need you to do me a favor.
Oh,
I need you to keep an eye on Camden.
okay. I mean, you were pretty much going the same direction, I think.
Just,
Sort of, kind of.
you said the whole thing about higher gods and how they're in a different place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Camden told me.
Yeah, something tells me this is the room.
That's why would Camden lie to us?
He didn't actually lie. As I just look back to the room I left out of and just point to it, he said there were weaker gods in this place.
Yeah.
That room was full of them. This is probably where the upper gods are. You can imagine Fikri, the whole tentacle hole we saw upstairs, is probably here.
Oh, I thought he said that they were on the Western Annex. Yeah, yeah, that is what he said. Yeah, he said that the higher gods were in the Western Annex, and even stronger god level gods. That sounds ridiculous, but god level gods are like hidden somewhere else. It wouldn't be a surprise if it were hidden here, though. Uh,
Just
but yeah, I'll keep an eye on him, though.
thanks.
Hmm, no problem.
Uh, 16, so 45, 50, 55, 60. So that's the full dash movement. Uh, do do I remember like full on shit? My brain's like clocking out. Do I remember the barrier that Rahadin was talking about before?
The barrier?
Because I remember when I first saw him, he had mentioned something about like a barrier and how he wanted to see it, but I didn't know what he was talking about.
Oh, you recall he's noting specific things you can do.
Huh, okay. Uh, Seeing as I'm out of movement, I'm gonna end my turn here.
Okay. This brings us back to Shadow Boy, lost in the shadowy shadow world. Wherefore art thou, Shadow Boy?
Noting the shadows all around me, I'll just kind of step out of the shadow, heading towards. Oh, okay. Kind of making my way quietly towards the candle. Um, I'll just reaching in my bag. I'll take out a tinder box, placing it quietly on the ground. As I'll just. Which direction is the creature facing?
Real quick, what's your tinderbox made out of?
Uh, a regular. What's a regular tinderbox made out of? Let me find out.
I'm assuming wood since it's a box.
Tinderbox. What is a tinderbox made out of?
Dude is really googling that.
A tinderbox is made out of wood or metal.
Okay.
Do you want to pick or should I?
I mean, it's the same thing. Go ahead and roll. Was it acrobatics? Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
I'm assuming you still.
Normal, right?
I mean, I assume, yeah, you're just putting the box on the ground.
Okay. And it is a 14.
Oh, cool. All right. So you quietly place the box down without alerting anything. Go on.
Oh, okay. Which direction is this creature facing?
No idea.
Uh,
What direction is Yamas facing?
He was facing the skeletons because he was talking to them.
Okay, so facing
well, I'll just kind of wave my hand a bit, just in a back and forth motion, trying to catch his attention. Because I just like, it's sort of like a charade fashion. I'll just try to, like a fly, I'll just wave my hand back and forth. Does it seem to gather its attention? I don't know if it's peripheral.
Do I?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm asking Mr. J, do I? It's up to him.
Well, it's up to you, man. I don't.
Oh,
Based on
okay.
you looking at you technically. Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, then yeah, I see him.
Okay, just kind of putting a finger to my mouth, kind of hushing fashion. I'll just point to the tinderbox and laid on the floor, and point back towards the candelabra, and just back off a bit, noting that I told it to fix the candle. I'll just leave the tinderbox there and just turn back to the shadows. I'll just hit my turn there, waiting for its progress.
Who had the actual candelabra piece, the top piece?
Yama should have it.
Yeah, I'm holding it currently.
Okay. That ends your turn?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Okie doke. This brings us. Is he still on this call?
Yeah, he's just muted.
All right, I'll double check. Isaiah, you there? If no, I'm coming back to you. Cool, coming back. Now we can do Jotun stuff. I can't actually do that. Never mind. Huh. That would have been fun. You find yourself whenever it loads. You find yourself listening to the pitter patter of pouring rain. Again, the same familiar kind of sobbing of a girl beyond a black carriage. I have no idea if you can see this or not. Are you there, Pimpin?
Oh, she said BRB. Like she stepped up like
My
3 minutes ago.
love. Oh fuck. All right. I guess we'll come back to her too. That brings us to Skellies aren't really paying much attention. This brings us to Wolfram's turn. You fuck. Jeanette, not you.
What?
Oh, you just missed your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no apologies needed. I'm gonna come back to you. Guy, are you there?
I'm alive. Can you hear me right now?
I can, yes.
Okay, good. So, any distinctions with the portal, or still the same vibe and go?
You know the festive color pattern starting to come over it.
Any shadows with inside of it?
No, just the bubbling colors of green, red, blue, black, and gray flashing.
Okay. Okay. Well, towards Rod then. I assume since it comes out here, we can now proceed to the door on the right. Wait, on the left. Where's the left?
Sorry, did you call him Mr. Rahadin?
No, I said on Rod then. Rod. Does he respond?
He just kind of stares at you and kind of shrugging his shoulders. You note that he just sighs. What?
You mentioned me previously before once Sirgum's his statue will be heading towards the door. The treasure room.
He
Since
kind of
Pilgrim's native,
nods. Sorry, go ahead.
since Pilgrim's native and people who born from this land are able to open the door.
You just kind of note him shaking his head. That's not exactly what I said. I said that the door will see into your soul and bring you exactly where you want to be. Whether it's the treasury room or not has nothing to do with you.
All right. Um. If he spends one in his turn, waiting for another rest to come back over. That'll be end of my turn.
Okay. What the fuck? Good shit. This brings us to Kester's turn.
All right. So, just kind of like standing in front of the door and looking in. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's gone. Oh, you're done?
You know, Camden just kind of widely smile and I am indeed, and I learned some useful information.
Like?
Well, you do seem. He kind of just looks at you. Trustworthy? Well, your friends have done so much for me. Come closer, I'll let you know. A little secret.
Oh, sure. I guess I just come closer.
Rumor has it from the old ones that, well, there's a secret room. And in this secret room, we can find the oldest of the gods.
Whoa.
And I know where to find it. Care to tag
Whoa.
along?
Yeah, I'll come with you. I want to see this all powerful old god. Just point the way.
Splendid. We're headed back upstairs.
Okay.
You know him just walking to the hall.
Yeah.
Hey, boost me up. I think I could get up here. He points
Okay.
at the hole 10 feet up.
Okay. Get in there and lift them up.
Cool. Make an athletics check for me.
Ah, sure. Alright, fella, this is where I die, alright? Somehow, some way, I'm gonna fucking die during this. I already know it.
You snap your spine.
Whoa, let's go! Alright. How scary. It's terrifying. Did you see it, Mr. J?
Yeah. Sorry.
Cool, there's
There you go.
16. Yeah, that'll do. You know Camden just kind of pushing himself through the hole as he just kind of drops an arm. Come on, grab on.
I grab on.
And with that, let's see if Camden's strong enough to pull you up.
Judging by his picture, he should be never fucking mind. Ugh.
With that, he kind of just drops your hand. Ah! Sorry about that. He kind of like whips his arm back. That kind of hurt. Well, he just kind of smiles at you. You're going to have to find another way up. There's some stairs around the corner. Winking at you, he just kind of disappears into the shadows.
Okay, just wait for me at the top.
You can hear him yell from the hole, "Got it!"
Okay, with that, hold on, it took me 5, 10 to get in the room, so I have 20 left.
You
I
can
guess
do your
I'll...
full movement.
Alright, coolio. So I guess I'll just start dashing towards the top. Alright, what? Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Alloy, you coming?
You know Elwood just kind of staring off at you. Where?
I'm going upstairs.
For what?
Camden and I are gonna go explore something.
Is Jotun upstairs?
No, Jotun's wherever the hell we told you he was a minute ago.
Then I'm staying put.
I thought you wanted to keep it. Never mind, I don't care. Alright, Bennett, she's your problem now. Bye. As I just start heading towards the stairs.
You know Helwa raising her great sword and kind of pushing herself off the wall. I'm no one's problem, little man.
Lovely, lovely.
And you also forgot your clown shoes at the door.
I'm going the road. I guess I had my turn.
All right, let's put that back on you there, Chief. There. Oh yeah, I do. I changed scenes. And that brings us to Tilgrim's turn. Exiting the statue and just seeing Rahadin just shaking his head. You know him looking at the wall behind him now, kind of just feeling around it. This is quite warm. I never noticed this before. Why is it so warm in such a cold place? Tilgrim, do you sense any magic from beyond here?
Well, let me. I guess at that I'll try to, I guess, sense anything as I guess, extend my hand out while tilting my head down a bit.
Okay. You note the wall does have a faint magic glow coming from it. You sense fire magic.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, okay. There's a bit of fire. There's a arcane fire here somewhere. What's
Kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
someone or something might be casting something behind this wall.
He just kind of nods at you assertively. Well, solid information. You seem to be magically inclined, and much more so than I imagined. I wonder what else you can do.
Uh, you'll see, I guess.
He kind of just nods and points to the wall. I will open it. He just steps to the side.
What, the wall or the door?
The wall. If there's something magical behind it, it has to be false. Don't you agree?
False or a trap, but I could see.
Well, if it's a trap, perhaps you'll show your excellent skills at disarming it or avoiding it. You know Rahadin just kind of staring at you, fairly judgmentally, if you will.
Okay. At that, I guess I'll approach the wall and attempt to see further into the magic.
I'm assuming by seeing further into it, you're perceiving.
Yes.
So, what am I doing?
At Arcana or
Um,
wait, first off, before I do that,
you're
do I
gonna need a
notice any
perception
markings
check.
on the wall? Did I mute myself? No, I didn't. Did you
Sorry,
say
did you
something,
do
Mr.
what?
J?
Yeah, you said something and then I didn't hear what it was.
I said before I guess I try to look further into the magic. Do I notice any markings on the wall? Indentions, scribblings, anything of that nature?
You don't. You just notice you can almost feel a warm spot on multiple points in the wall.
Multiple. And I guess they don't form like an image, do they?
No, just well, through your eyes they seem to be almost floating orbs.
Okay. Then I guess I'll look further. You said to roll a what type of check?
Perception.
Okay, perception. Perception. Word. Ooh, that's not that great.
That's not how you spell words. I spelled that wrong, but I don't care because I don't care. Sorry about that. What do we got? Uh, Holy shit. With that, you immediately feel a flame come over you, a heat that knocks you back. As the heat pushes you back, you take 9 damage as Rahadin just kind of scoffs. What was that?
Award. I say as I kind of just pat out any smoking on my garments.
Weakness is unacceptable. When you're prepared, try that again. I'm certain there's something there now. I'll give it a go myself.
Okay. Miss, I can't try it again, could I?
No.
Or, okay. Then I guess as I stand here, getting ready to, get prepared, I guess I step aside to see Radhadin try. I'll still having the intention to try myself, but as I stand here, I attempt to communicate with uh, Casimir in my subconscious. Is it subconsciously? Mentally. Uh, uh, Aurora. I say it in my head.
What do you want?
There was mention of a door that could take you somewhere where you desired.
Oh?
Is that something you would want to look further into?
Not really. I'm just looking for well, I'm looking for the old gods. We need to find the very one who gave Strahd his power, and beside him we will find mother and father. It's the mother we want. She is exactly who we need to find.
And I presume you don't know any names or say a direction to point me.
The only thing I know is that this temple doesn't seem to have them in it. They are the three: the voiceless, the fearless, and the faceless. You know the stories of the faceless. That is the oldest of the old gods. Even though the other stories say that the fearless and the voiceless are its patronage, but that doesn't make sense if it's the oldest. Either way, you'll find all three of them together, hidden in the temple, hidden away as they are the strongest powers here, and making a pact with them usually results in death and tragedy.
Okay. I see if I can find something then. There's so many places I haven't been in this temple.
Repeat?
I said that I'll see if I can find
No, last part.
there's still more about this temple that I don't know.
Okay. Kind of noting that you hear her voice just go, aye, and there are things I don't know about this temple either. But, well, in my condition, and with him right there, it would probably be ill advised for me to come out. I don't know what Rahadim wants with you, but again, I would not trust him at all.
Hmm. All right, then I guess just stand on stay back then. I'll call you when I need you. At that, I guess I'll just end my turn.
Okay.
I took an yeah. Oh wait, I'll ask Lucian. Lucian, where are the others? Like he's not here, is he?
I don't know if he's back yet.
Well, never mind then. Forget it. I'll just end my turn.
Okay. And this brings us to Rahadin's turn. You note him just kind of in front of the door, just kind of brushing it over with hand. You know Rahadin kind of waving his hand around as you hear a click. As you just gaze on with Rahadin, you note right in front of you two flame skulls just kind of sitting there, just floating up from the floor.
Of course. Kinda
With that, he looks
similar.
back at you. Feel yourself. This is exactly what the problem was. No matter, they'll be dead shortly. You can see him kind of like step back as they float above him. He just kind of clenches his fist quickly. As his sword just kind of flies to his front or forward. Oh no, and his little thingy's gone. That's so weird. Just gonna put it here for now. Screw it. With that, you can see Rahadin just kind of shaking his head. Miserable creatures. Why do you block my way? As his sword just kind of glances far at the creatures. Quickly, you note the sword flashing once and then twice. With the quick, just clashing of the blade against the skull, you note the skull just kind of jittering around as it just starts cracking and shattering. He just kind of stares at it. Still alive, are we? So be it. And again, you see the sword flash one more time. As the last strike hits, you note the flame skull just kind of shatter and fall to the ground as he kind of turns to you. You shall defeat the other one alone. Do not fail me, young one. And with that, he ends his turn. This brings us back to Hawa. 2, 5, 10, 15. Looking towards Bennett, just kind of stares, shrugging her shoulders. Where is Jotun?
Like I said before, he went through the door and he's probably somewhere else. It'll only be a little bit of time before he's back.
In that case, I'll stay with you. But if he is not back shortly, I'm going to dismember every party member you have.
Okay then.
She just kind of nods, ending her turn. Skelly Man. Skelly Man just kind of walks towards Yamaz. Hell, friend. What are you, well, what are you in for?
I can't say I know. What about you?
He just kind of shrugs his bony shoulders, perplexed. Why, we are guarding this. The tomb. The wizard's secrets lie in here. He kind of points at the wall to the north. You can see the runic symbols. They're warnings.
Tell me more about this wizard.
We were animated by Sidion. He has us watch over this. The wall, the symbols, we cannot read, but they speak of a man who is destined to be here. and destined to find, well, we're not sure. He just kind of shrugs. But there was a lich once, born of this place. The wizards defeated him, stole his memories. He is locked away somewhere. If the man finds him, all will be lost.
Okay.
You note the skeleton's just kind of looking around, shaking a bit. With that, it's your turn.
So just reaching for the tinderbox. I'm going to grab it. Just setting the candelabrum down for a second. I'm gonna take out a candle of my own and attempt to use the tinderbox to light the wax around the candle. Well, like kind of like heat the wax, I should say, not like light it.
Okay. You note the flame doesn't seem to melt the wax of the candle.
My
I'm
candle,
sorry.
just to be clear.
I'm sorry.
I'm using my own candle, not like
Okay.
the.
Yeah, that's what I was checking for. Okay. With that, you start slowly melting the candle.
It's gonna hold the wax over the broken candelabrum piece, and when a decent amount like gets on, I'm gonna attempt to put it back on to the piece that broke using the hot wax to like kind of hold it up.
Okay.
Upon putting it like back up, letting it cool down for a second, does anything like does it stay still?
Based on the amount of wax you're putting, hell, why don't we just let me see. What is that? That would be. This is a reach, but roll performance.
Performance. $13.
You know that kind of just sitting on top. You hear a clink sound for some reason as the wax kind of shatters around it. You note that the candelabra is just kind of fully repaired. It doesn't have any cracks, or it doesn't look as if it was broken at all. With you standing directly in front of it, you note kind of a hissing sound before you hear as the lights of the candles start to flicker and grow again. You note the skeleton still kind of gazing at the light, and then you kind of chattering his teeth. Ah, you're a master.
Master, you say?
Only the master can light those. You're magic. You can't be undead.
Huh? I'm just gonna like give. Oh, you go.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, you know, the skeleton just kind of staring at you, almost in disbelief. You can't really tell since it doesn't have eyes.
Just taking out another candle. I'm just gonna attempt to catch some light from the other candle and put it on mine. Does it seem to like stay on it or go out?
It doesn't light it at all. You know, putting the candle into the flame, it has no effect.
It's putting my hand around it. I can feel like warmth from it, right?
You can't know. It doesn't seem the flame gives off any type of heat.
Yeah, just looking around corners. Yeah, I'm just gonna end there.
Okay. This brings us round to Bennett. Well, actually, wait, Jeanette, you're back, yeah? Gonna go back to you. Oh wait, I don't even have to go all the way back to you. I could literally start Ben's turn and still go to you. Because you're not here. Cool. Let's go back to here. Here we are. You find yourself in the same dark room, black carriage to your left. As you kind of look at the door, you can hear the beating of rain outside and a familiar weeping from the carriage. What do you do?
I'll kind of walk around to the side of the carriage and kind of look inside. Do I see the person that's crying?
You note from your view again, Diala just kind of staring at you with those kind of glowing yellow eyes. Her face just almost transparent, rather translucent, as she looks upon you. She's just, what do you want, little spider?
I guess kind of tilting my head, I'll just kind of ask, what are you crying about?
I don't know what to wear for the ball.
Oh, it's still the same thing then. Why not ask for some advice from someone? I don't know much about dresses to be of much help, though.
Would you find someone for me?
Someone specifically?
Someone in the castle who can help. I'm sure one of the witches can do it. They dress so lovely.
I don't think me and those witches are on really good speaking terms.
She kind of twists her head around towards you, giving you a peculiar look. Why not? They love spiders.
I'll kind of just gesture to my body, I guess. Do I look like much of a spider right now?
She kind of shakes her head. No, but when I first met you, you were.
Right.
Kind of smiling at you and almost enough where you can see cheeks slowly redden. She kind of bashfully just nods. Say, you're not doing anything for the ball, are you? Why, you're not going with anyone.
I wasn't aware that there's any ball. I'm not from around here. Actually, what is this place?
She kind of just, you're silly. Everybody knows this place.
I'll kind of just shrug my shoulders. I don't know.
This is Ravenloft, home of Strahd von Zarovich.
How'd I get here? A second ago I was in the Amber Temple.
I don't know. Probably the same way the witches come and go. And Rahadin, they always come here. And then they disappear. She just kind of points into that corner, noting the corner to the north west outside front through the carriage.
This corner? What?
North. So this one.
Oh. I'll just look. There's something in that corner that takes them out of here?
She just kind of nods at you. Well, no, I've checked, and I don't go anywhere, but they do.
I guess kind of furrowing my eyebrows a little bit. I'll kind of just like, how long have you been sitting in here and crying, actually?
She just kind of looks at you strangely. What do you mean?
Well, this is a weird place to kind of just sit and cry about a dress, don't you think?
I don't know. I've always been here, I imagine.
What do you mean you've always been here?
Why, since the accident.
Accident?
Mm-hmm. She just kind of nods innocently enough at you.
Did you die in this car?
She just kind of looks around and just looks back at you. No, I'm not dead. You're dead.
I'm not dead.
Then why are you so cold to the touch?
Yeah, I'm looking at my bones well, I'm not technically dead. I'm undead.
Well, I'm not. I'm just waiting.
Well, for what? The ball?
That's right. I need to find a dress.
Well, when is it?
That's a good question. I don't know. Could you find somebody who knows?
How are you crying about something and you don't know when it is?
She seems confused, perturbed, if you would.
I'm just as confused as she is.
She just kind of shrugs. Won't you help me, little spider?
I'll see what I can do, but I don't know if I'd be able to do much.
She just kind of smiles at you and nods. Okay, just, I guess, find someone who knows when the ball is, and you can tell me.
Okay. And I'll kind of just, walking away, I'll turn back and just say I'll be back. I'll kind of check over to the corner she pointed at earlier. Is there anything in the corner?
Moving towards it, you note that you can't really see any details in the corner there. It seems to be pitch black. Do you approach the corner fully?
Yeah, I'll approach the corner.
So just kind of moving into the corner, you kind of just hear an echo, and you just look back to see just nothingness. Hurrah! My... Huh?
Wait, is it my turn?
No, bitch, sit down.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Yo, Jeanette, what's going on your end?
It's kind of just stuck at 97.
Yeah, I noted that too. Cool, hit refresh for me and see what happens. know, for the life of me, I cannot find where this chick is. Like, I have no idea where her token is. That's crazy. Oh, I know why I can't find her fucking token. She's not real. Because she's not real. Ah! Okay, cool. Those of you around note Jotun kind of just getting almost vomited by the door's spiraling hole, kind of just shooting his body back out. You can see a black ooze form and just kind of coated. It just kind of slowly drips into the form of Jotun and then hardens, solidifying slowly into him as he kind of just shakes his head and looks around. You hear just an echoing voice in your head of Diala just kind of saying, can you find someone? As you look around, you note Wolfram, or I don't know if you met Wolfram, but you notice a pale, lanky barbarian standing next to you with a greatsword. As you kind of peer back, you note Tilgrim, Rahadin, and Lucian just kind of standing there. You have your full turn.
I'll kind of try to speak back to her in my head if I can. What exactly is the name of this ball?
You don't hear any response.
Okay. I'll kind of looking around. I'll see Wolfram. Is that his name? Okay. Um. How long was I? How long was I gone? I don't. What happened?
Could I stay, or I wasn't here long enough, Mr. J?
I don't know. Were you here to watch Jotun disappear?
No, I was not there for it.
You have no idea.
Wolfram was shrugged and said, "Can't say." Just got here.
I found her.
Does that answer your question?
I'll wave my hands around, kind of trying to gain Lucian's attention.
You note that they are particularly looking at something glowing from the doorway there, or the opening there that you've just noticed appeared. They don't seem to pay any attention to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay then. I'll look back at the door. Is there anything different about it now, or is it kind of the same as it was before?
It's still the same double door with the left door having a spiraling kind of a pattern into a hole. You don't know what's in the hole as you're not looking into it anymore, but it doesn't seem to be any different than it was before.
I'll kind of look back and I'll try to look into the hole.
You note a large eye, yellow, staring back at you.
Does this eye look like any of eyes of anyone that I've seen, or no? It's just unfamiliar.
It seems the same as the eye you saw by the castle upstairs in the temple before, the model of the castle.
I'll slowly kind of put my hand back on the door. I don't get transported again, do I?
You just kind of look at the eye facing you, and as you put your hand on the door, nothing else happens now.
I'll just kind of sigh a little bit, and I'll kind of move towards Lucian. There's a sword there.
The sword's there. You notice a sword in front of you, just kind of floating and whipping back and forth. As you approach, you know Rahadin's just kind of glaring at you. He just kind of looks you up and down. The master's young work. He just kind of smiles. There's no mistake about it. You are magnificent. However, I would ask you to stand down and wait. The young one here has a trial to, well, pass, so to speak. He just kind of looks back towards Jotun and looking you up and down. Glorious, though. The master spent much work on you. Do you have what he has given you?
What specifically? The card that he gave me at one point? I feel like he took that away.
You note him nodding towards you. Yes, of course. I'm just kind of shrugging. Took it away. Did you displease him?
I wouldn't know. Kind of a weird guy.
I see. He just kind of turns away from you, somewhat annoyed.
I'll just kind of speak up. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a ball, would you? Or a gala, I guess.
Why, of course. Strahd is holding his annual masquerade at the castle soon. But how did you find out? Obviously, you were invited, but Strahd's invitations don't say anything.
I was somehow teleported to the castle.
You know Rahadin just kind of slowly turning towards you. Where are you now?
I'll just nod my head.
It called to you then. I suppose Strahd doesn't need to invite you. The castle wants you there, and that's good enough for the young master.
Would there be any reason as to why the castle, for some reason, wants me there?
Why, it's where you belong. That's where all Strahd's children belong. Live there, Pippa.
I was just kind of writing that down. And I'll just kind of look up at the sword. What's up with this? It has to do with that trial you mentioned earlier?
Rapide just kind of smiles. No, that's mine. A gentle faith, a blessing.
I wouldn't be able to go to the castle of my own free will, would I? Or do I just have to wait till like the castle calls me again or something?
So does what it wishes. If you seek the castle on the second floor, there is a model. Simply look into the keyhole, and you'll be transported back there. As long as the castle needs you, it will call to you. However, if you choose to seek the castle by pedestrian means, you'll find the eastern gate, or rather, for you, the western gate, is locked, held tight by the Black Rider. I don't believe anyone will be going through that until the beacon at Argynvost has been lit. So deems the young master. A trial, if you will, to find those who are suitable to truly engage him. It's been centuries since that gate was opened. The rest of us just use this place.
I guess kind of looking around, not really noting that hell isn't nearby. I'll kind of call to Lucian. Hey, did you see where hell went?
Somewhere off to the west with Kester. I mean east. As I just kind of point over to the corridor.
Okay. And I'll just kind of head that way. And that would be my full movement.
That brings us to Ben's turn. You note Kester just kind of running past you quickly, as if hurrying to get somewhere.
Esther, where are you actually going?
You said to keep an eye on Camden, right?
And where are you going?
Upstairs.
So he went upstairs.
Yes, he went upstairs.
I'd expect you to elaborate. Can you elaborate?
He's looking for a god, like he told you, and he just got an inkling of where it might be, so he's headed up there.
Alright. Fine. I'll see if I can run up and join you guys. I have to talk to the old man and all the stuff about everything that's just decided to pop up so whimsically in my head.
I mean, it's fine if you don't come with, but, you know, If you wanna, it doesn't matter.
I don't think a clown and an honest man can get a job done.
Looking just severely hurt at this statement. I can't fucking believe this shit. Every day with these.
I'll take off the shoes for 3 seconds and maybe I'll consider calling you something else.
You know what? Today I'm feeling generous.
Looking towards the main hall, I'll just call back. Hello, your undead friend is back. That's
You note just a quick what?
Yeah, Jotun's right next to the statue. And there's Rahadin. Next. Oh, great. At least that has to change. Some of the flames goes behind that wall. With that, I'm gonna end my turn, because that's the full 60 right there.
So correction for after Carl's turn. Isaiah, you're gonna have 2 turns in 1 turn. So you'll have double the everything. Because I forgot we skipped you. I mean, you don't have to. It's just that's the.
Yeah, nah.
So back to Khan. You sit in the shadows. Notably enough, sitting in the shadows. That's all I got. Okay, cool. Brings us to Lucian's turn now. You know Rahadin just kind of standing there glaring at you and then glaring down towards Tilgrim. What do you do?
Looking over to Tilgrim, does she seem to be in a condition where she's able to fight that skull?
She doesn't seem very. I mean, she seems fairly worn out, but it doesn't seem like she's unable to fight or unable to fight.
Could you come back to me about that? I'm lost.
Noting the sight of you, the flaming skull casts a fireball at you. I need Lucian, Tilgrim, and Rahadin to get that deck save popping. Christ. Cool. That seems terrible. Explosions. Tilgrim is knocked unconscious. Explosions. Lucian is knocked unconscious. Lucian survives with 2 health. Explosions. Rahadin chooses to negate the damage from the fireball and just kind of whip it away. As he just kind of stares at Tilgrim lying there next to him. Much to learn still. Eyeing Lucian on the corner, Rahadin just kind of shakes his head. And you? Why did you not help your friend?
I just kind of stand silently looking down at Tilgrim.
You know Rahadin's just kind of shake his head. One should not trust a friend that will not act for one. You note well, you don't, but the flaming skull immediately just kind of shoots out of the room and flies up 10 feet in the air. You can hear an ah! And that puts us back to Jotun's turn. You hear an explosion behind you, and you can feel the heat just kind of blast past you. It almost makes you turn to see a flame skull just kind of floating 10 feet above the group. What do you do? Nandayo. Jeanette, I'm assuming you're here because you're floating around.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a plan, I think. Does the flame skull look like it's getting ready to throw another fireball? or is it kind of just like vibing up there, floating?
It's just kind of floating around, eyeing both Rahadin and then turning to see Lucian as if it's plotting something.
Let me see. I guess. I guess almost kind of begrudgingly, I'll kind of turn back to. To about here. I should kind of start like taking notice of me as I kind of got closer, or no?
As you approach, yes, you can feel the flames kind of starting to ignite around you as well. Just the heat just passing out or pulsing out.
This. I'll kind of stretching out my ooze. I'll kind of throw it at the flame skull and kind of like trying to pull it down. If I'm able to kind of do that.
Yeah. You're just going to use you're stretching your arms out to grab it and pull it down.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
All right, that's an athletics check. You have advantage, I believe. Yeah, because of grappler. So you successfully grapple it, and you say bring it down. Can you explain what you're doing exactly?
I guess I would kind of like using. What's the word? I don't know. Kind of like pulling back on my arm and like kind of yanking it a little like towards me and like down.
So pulling it here, as you pull it there, it seems to enter into the blade, kind of fizzing around. Swipity, swipity, swipity. And slashity, slashity, slashity. And slicity, slicity, slicity. You note the blade just kind of spinning around, carving it to pieces as it just shatters.
Oh, I guess that works too.
What?
I was gonna see if I could like snuff it or something, but I guess that works too.
Nah, I mean, you did pull it towards you into the blade.
Yeah, I kind of forgot the blade was there.
Mm. And as that happens, Rahadin just kind of looks over at you slowly. Impressive use of those God-given talents. He just kind of looks back towards Tilgrim.
I'll just kind of look to Tilgrim as well. Is she okay?
She will be.
I'll kind of point to where the flame skull came from. There aren't any more out of there, are there?
Rahadi just kind of peering down. No, it seems to be a staircase going up. I see nothing else.
You've been here before, right? Any idea where that goes?
I've just discovered the location myself. I have no idea, yet I could take a wild guess.
So then what, like an attic or something?
He just kind of looks at you silently. I'd rather wait until Tilgrim is back on her feet to divulge any information to the rest of you.
I guess I'll kind of just like nod my head in response, and I'll end my turn.
This brings us to Skelly's in the Skelly Scout. Skelly. Yamas notes the skeletons kind of slowly gathering and looking at him. You note that they seem to be almost confused, kind of just staring at you, saying nothing. Brings us to Wolfram's turn. Noting the explosion, the heat, and the clamoring slash chatter from the, or at least from your, I don't know what position you're in, so I'm guessing you're right. You note the stuff.
Can I can I extend my movement like pick up token? Or now that's a stretch.
No, it's a stretch. I don't mind extending movement to do things, but getting up people should be more tactical than that.
Can pick up people as a bonus section, or that's no longer a thing?
I don't know if that was ever a thing. Was it?
Usually people be casting spells, and I see them picking up. They cast spells, and after I pick someone right up. That's possible, man.
Can you point out who did that?
I don't know. It was like a long time ago. It was in the fight with vampires, I believe.
So I'm gonna go with a no on that one, Chief.
Alright. If I dash, no. If I still dash, I'm gonna take it out. Shit. Damn it. Okay, yeah, I'm the chance to keep getting shit. Shit. Yeah, I'm at my turn right here. Just gonna check shit. I'm back. Actually sent to pick up tokens in out of range. Does Lucian respond or?
Rahadin also like looking at Lucia now.
Silver the Wolf from off. Got it.
Okay. This brings us back to Castor. You know, also hearing the explosion and feeling almost a kind of a heat slowly setting in from the northwest. I'm sorry.
Okay. So just kind of like sprinting still towards where Mr. Camden went. I dash up and yeah, just making sure that I'm keeping my eyes low. I continue to sprint towards the portal's doing fancier things. Oh dear. Okay. Just kind of like taking notice of the portal. I just avert my eyes. Yeah, that's someone else's problem. And I end my turn.
Okay. This brings us to Tilly Mac. Go ahead and death save it up. Togum, are you alive? Or rather, Zion.
Sorry, let me go and roll the death save, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Holy crap. So that one man. This brings us to Rahadin's turn. You know, Rahadin's just kind of looking over at Lucian. With that, you note the sword being dismissed as it kind of just shakes and shivers back into the sheath of Rahadin's side, or at his side. He just continues forward. Bring the girl. This brings us to Hellboy. Who just sprints towards you. You can just hear, Juden! Ah, you're back! As she raises her short sword. Back to Skelly Man. One of the skeletons standing in front of Yamas just kind of notes, if you can light those, you can leave. None of us can leave. Be careful. If you pass through the door, it may keep you. And that ends his turn. Starting Yamas' turn.
Why can't you all leave also?
You just know all the skeletons kind of quake and whatnot. We are bound here to protect.
Is there a way to unbind you?
And they just kind of shrug. What?
Never mind.
You just see them chatter a bit.
So you're going over to the other candle, does it seem to light near me?
As you approach it, it begins to flicker and then ignite, yes. You know, as it lights, Khan just kind of leaning back against a shelf, not so stealthily at this point.
Gonna dash over to the other one and light that one.
As you look over towards it, as it sees you kind of approach, you just kind of hear as it ignites.
And I will end there.
Okay. I do believe we skipped Carl's turn. So be fitting to let you take your turn here.
Alright. Noting that the lights kind of open, a grin on my face just appears as I'll just let out a quiet sigh, and I'll head around just to not alert whatever bone rattling things are down there, all the skeletons, and 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. Oh, just noting the ones down there, I'll just kind of freeze in place, kind of stepping to my left, yeah, my left, and hugging the wall a bit. They seem to note me.
Since that was the direction they were staring in, yes.
Cool. All right then. Seeing that, I'll just. Oh, ooh, pretty good, pretty good. Seeing that, I'll just kind of shake my head. Hands up, stance similar to Rock Lee's, whatever that was. I'll just sit my turn there and just wait. Would candelabra respond to me in this direction, seeing as the other ones have been lit? Ooh.
You don't know anything happening from your distance, no.
Oh, okay.
Brings us to Bennett. You know again the explosive heat coming off of the north area. You know Hell was just kind of dashing past you, yelling towards Jotun. And Kester rushing off towards the south. What looks to be as he rounds the corner towards the stairs.
Just watching that all go down, I'll just stand there and blink a few times. Dashing, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Just kind of like walking up to the group, I'll just go, what the hell happened here?
You sound familiar, but my actually
I'll just look over to Wolfram. The guy you kept calling mortal the first time you met him. Usually I wear a mask.
Just confirm I'm not going crazy. What's the new look?
I took my mask off. Are you sure you're not going crazy? Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Then he's taking a phone call.
Oh, I didn't mean him. I meant my other phone.
So apparently, people thought it'd be funny to hit me with 2 calls at once. I guess looking past Wolfram and past Jotun, I'll just look to Tilgrim. And is no one gonna do anything about her on the floor?
I'll just kind of look. I'm really not much of a healer.
Get out of the way, I'll do it myself.
Can't move right now.
That's fine.
I'll just walk over and attempt to bring Tilgrim back to her feet.
You know that you try to lean in, your fingertips become scaled. You can just see them flake off as some falls towards Tilgrim. This happens to have a fairly adverse effect as Tilgrim's body seems to almost stand up immediately, yet still unconscious. It just seems to be standing there. After a while, you note her eyes opening as she just kind of blinks and looks up at you, fairly confused.
What?
Forgot I did that. You awake?
Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm up. I'm kind of just wincing a bit.
Good. Where did Rahadin go?
He's not here?
I came over here and I don't happen to see him with your group of friends.
I think. Wait, Lucian might know. And I kind of just look it towards him.
He went up the stairs.
Another thing. What exactly happened here? Because all I remember seeing was a giant burst of fire. Or at least heat.
Right. He wanted me to fight one of those floating skulls by myself. I didn't really get the chance to act before it, well, blew itself up, I think. I don't really know it. It happened too fast.
As you say that, you can just see Bennett almost crack a smile and just look away.
What?
Sorry. He actually thought you could take one of those things one-on-one. That's... okay.
If I was at my... If I had my resources on hand, yes, but not now. I've been here for long enough. I don't really have much to give.
But as you fell, he definitely made a comment about some kind of weakness. So he's always been. As like he kind of stands up, like kind of straightens out his posture. Go against this trial, prove yourself. If no room for weakness, on and on. It's usually like that. Forgot what he had me do. Drop me into a pit with a werewolf? No. I think that was the second time. Anyways. He said he went up the stairs.
I just nod my head.
Alright then. And that's all movement. I'm just gonna try to go upstairs. And my turn.
Okay. I'll do that. This brings us back to Khan's turn again. You note the skeleton's looking fairly ravenous at your sight.
That being the case, I'll just kind of let out a sigh again. As I just ooh, ooh, there's another one. Does that one help me?
Since he was looking in that direction, he does.
Oh, fun. Okay. Alright. More the merrier. I'll just head over here. Heading into this room, looking at the candelabra, does anything happen with lights?
From where you're at, no.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit closer.
You know the flicker and then the burst as the
Jeez.
flames ignite.
As I kind of just put my hand to my face, I just kind of whisper to myself, God, somebody should have warned me at least. God. Let's see. Oh, it's not the right one. It's right here. It's not bad. All right. I'm just 35, 40, 45. Something right here. I'll just kind of smirk. Pointing here. Actually here. Nope, actually, I'll just point to here. I'll cast minor illusion as I just draw it in the air of myself, a portrait of myself. Imagine that I have a paintbrush in my hand. My finger just glides throughout the air, pointing or drawing the ears and then the arms, the legs, as uh, an image of myself disappears in its direct format. I cast minor illusion as a bonus action.
Okay.
Let me just do this one real quick. Cool. Afterwards, we'll just have it there, noting from the shadows. I will line myself up directly with it in a way, noting. When I was looking at the skeleton, right? Did any one of them have a bow? Noting other ones, or the other one I thought had a bow. The ones that I recently saw, did any of them have a bow in hand?
You know that two of them had bows around their or on their backs, kind of strapped over their shoulders.
Cool. I'll just in here. See right here is better. I guess that works. I'll stand here, kind of lobbying here. I prepare an action. In the event that the skeleton does attack the image with an arrow, I'll catch it if it comes within 5 feet of me and sling it back.
Uh,
And uh,
you can't prepare an
uh,
action because you used an action to do the
oh, yeah,
minor
no, I use a bonus
image.
action for the minor illusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says it's an action, not a.
Oh, that's fine. I can still use the feature on deflect missiles. Yeah, it's one reaction. Cool. Yeah, I can just use it as a reaction. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just end my turn there, hugging the wall, noting that this has lit up. I'll just keep my image there and wait on the creature to light the remaining ones.
Okay. This brings us back to Lycian's turn. You note a confused Tilgrim, a newly somewhat bizarre Bennett, and Jotun and Wolfram just kind of standing around. What do you do?
Waiting for the others to head up the stairs. I'll pass my turn.
Okay. This brings us to Jotun. You note again the same things I just said. What do you do? Oh, you also note Hellwood to the south of you, just kind of glaring with admiration.
I guess I'll kind of look up the stairs. Is it kind of just like dark up there?
Yeah, you know that the top there's kind of a light coming through, but other than that, you're not really sure
Do I
what
hear?
exactly is there.
Do I hear like anything on up there or no? Is it kind of just silent?
You don't hear anything now, other than the footsteps of Bennett kind of moving north.
I guess kind of looking to Helwa and like kind of noting that I see her. I'll kind of move up towards the steps.
As you kind of turn from Helwa, she just gives you an agreeable nod.
I'll kind of slowly ascend up the steps. I'll kind of get to like the point where that I can peek, or no?
Okie doke. You note the staircase and an opening just kind of glowing with light. It feels warm from where you are. You could just make out the room. You note it's fairly clean, well lit. There are like what seems to be leather couches or leather chairs with what seem to be soft rugs kind of around the floor. You also notice in the distance a kind of a railing of some sort with stairs going down.
I'll just move past Bennett. Did I use all my movement? I'm not actually sure how much I did.
You have 10 feet.
I'll kind of move past Bennett.
You note Rahadin just kind of in one of the corners looking at a bookshelf. He has books in hand, multiple ones kind of stacked as he looks through one. And he doesn't seem to notice or hear you. It's going to end your turn. This brings us to Gelly's revenge. Death. Skellies. Skelly number 1 sees and shoots quickly. Destruction is near. Skelly Nation must be avenged. The death Skelly scales the death Skelly.
I have a question that's interesting. Does AC matter if it's a minor illusion?
No, I still got to roll the hit.
Okay.
You know an arrow piercing right through your illusion, making it vanish as the arrow goes directly towards you and bounces off the wall here.
Seeing the arrow go directly, bounce off. I was going to catch it in a way, but
it didn't hit you. It just kind of hit the wall.
Oh, okay.
Or with that, the Skelly moves in, confused. Skelly number 2 moves in, confused. Brings us back to Wolfram. You note both Bennett and Jotun have disappeared into the stairwell as Lucian and Tilgrim just kind of stand there. What do you do?
Follow everybody upstairs. Oh, alright, touch wall.
Oh, that was fucking terrific, actually. You know, both Jotun and Bennett just kind of in the stairwell, staring up towards the glow of the room. I don't know how much movement you used, but you have the rest of it. I believe that was 20 feet. I may be wrong. Let me check. You were here, 5, 10. Yeah, it was like 40 feet. Take it back. It's probably all your movement.
Sure.
Yeah, that was actually more than all your movement. Statements, actions, bonus actions.
Yeah, I'm actually dash.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
40, 55. Let's see. 60. I presume over here is correct.
Yeah, you note in the room there seems to be or at least the first thing you notice, the stone floors and the 20-foot high walls. You also notice looking up the 30-foot vaulted ceiling. It doesn't seem like any other room in the temple. It seems incredibly warm and clean. You note a large fresco painting depicting angels set ablaze in a hellfire. They seem to be begging for their lives as they stare at you, screaming. Uh, the bookshelves you note are fairly gingerly set around the room. You note there are 6 of them, and they stand about 10 feet tall. They seem to be black marble bookcases, each of them carved almost specifically for the amount of books and scrolls they hold. They're filled to the brim with different work. You could see Rahadin to the northeast, just kind of looking through the books, reading feverishly, ignoring everything else. You note hundreds of tomes, well preserved at that, embroidered rugs and chairs lit by candelabras filling the southern half of the room. To your north, you note uh, what seems to be the most interesting, a black marble railing enclosed by gold marble stairs, almost gleaming, almost at first seeming like real gold, until noting that the candles shining off them seems almost artificial. You note the stairwell going down. From where you see, you can't tell the distance, but it is spiraling. Again, the room seems very warm.
I'm getting in front of it. I'm looking towards the spine of the book. Is there an interest pop out? Like, can I understand the writings or different language?
The writing seems to be in all sorts of forms, from common to Elvish, Dwarven, and others. You don't notice all of them, but you can make out the ones you can read. As far as sticking out to you, I have no idea. They just seem to be wizard's tomes with different titles, none specifically titled anything you would make note of. Just random words and random phrases.
So room 7 right here. Some movement. And that's anything else. I just end my turn right there. Just stare at the bookcase.
Okay. Brings us to Kester's turn. You know
All
the
right.
strange, you know the strange sound coming from the portal.
Oh
You
yeah.
can see the red portal
Oh.
door kind of bubbling forward, as if something is stretching and pushing out in 3 directions.
Ah. So I make a active and deliberate attempt to look away from the portal as I continue to run up the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 up the stairs. Oh. Oh. Oh.
As you reach the top of the stairs and look left towards the room, you hear a voice. Hey! Over
Hey.
here, Jester.
Ah.
Kester. He
Yeah,
just kind of
Kester.
nods. Come on. You see Camden kind of rushing off towards the west.
Oh god, he's so fast. All right, I guess I'm moving my last 10 feet and just kind of like putting my hands on my knees. God, that was a long way. All right, don't worry, I'm still coming.
I'm just gonna...
Woo!
You know, Camden just kind of nodding. Yeah, we have to go through the entire place, but I think it'll be pretty quiet. So, you know, I was in one of the rooms earlier, but I didn't know what I know now. So, once we get there, just look at the floor. I'll tell you when.
Oh, cool. I'll do just that.
This brings us to Pilgrim's turn. You know everybody vanishing into the stairwell.
Seeing that, I'm going to at first begin to follow behind, limping, but glance towards Lucian's direction. Are you okay?
Oh, fine. Go ahead and follow the others.
All right. At that, I'll just start making my way upstairs. So 10, 15, 20. Doubling my movement. 40, and I just make it on up to the foot of the stairs. So that's all of my movement.
Do you have any actions, bonus actions, or anything of the sort?
No. I used
Okay.
my action to dash, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's going to end your turn then. That's going to skip Rahadin's turn. Helwa is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So she's up here too. That brings us to Skelly Revenge Story number 10. And back to Young Neds. You know the skeleton's running off towards the northeast.
I'm gonna dash over to the other candles. Does the other one also like probably getting close to it?
Oh, one sec, sorry. Where are we at? Yar, yeah. So as you look at it, it also ignites. This surprises the skeletons who all turn to look at you. You. You don't belong here. He kind of just stare at you.
No, I can assure you I'm one of you.
They just kind of stare, not saying anything.
I don't remember I helped you with the intruder earlier. Yes?
They kind of just nod their head slowly at you. Still not really saying anything. Their mouths open wide.
Open wide, like surprised open wide, or open wide like I'm gonna bite you?
They just seem surprised.
The other one's lit, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna continue moving upwards. And past there.
Mm-hmm. This is going to bring us to Ben's turn.
I'm just gonna look over Rahadin's shoulder. What is he reading?
You're not sure. From what you could see, it isn't common though, but it just seems to be, from what you're looking at over his shoulder, some type of story. As you do this without the flinching, Rahaji just goes, "Ah, Bennett. From your scent, you're certainly my Bennett. Do you know what this place is?"
Looks like a sort of escape. Imagining Sidion and Self use this.
It's the wizard's secret library. I imagine down those stairs is exactly what I've been looking for. For, well, a century now. And I found it all thanks to your friends. I have to say they came in handy after all. And to think I was going to kill each and every one of them. My apologies.
You
I,
didn't make a habit out of that.
A bit short-sighted on my part. To think, even without memories, you would find such a strong band, and even still, a relative. He just kind of nods as he just continues reading. Well done. I take it you've taken from this place what you've wanted, yes?
Yeah.
Lovely. The young master will want a full rundown and briefing of your time outside of the castle. Are you prepared to make it now?
Not yet. I still have some minor curiosities I want to solve for myself.
Well, since I owe you this much, you're free to do as you will. Just remember what's at stake.
Right.
He just goes back to reading.
Yes. That's supposed to be fine. So I guess looking over the railing, what am I able to see?
You note that it looks like the landing descends 30 feet. Due to the calculations as you're kind of sitting there, you realize to yourself the upper area of the temple is only 20 feet above the lower area, yet the staircase seems to go down farther. You're not sure what that means, but from where you're standing, you can't see anything except a black floor. You don't note any lights or smells, anything coming from the area where you're standing over. It just seems like it's black, like just darkness and silence down there.
So, kind of looking down into darkness and just kind of tilting my head a bit, I'll just suddenly look up. Ah, crap, right. The elf went missing. Whitehaven? You have a second?
You could feel just kind of a creeping in the back of your mind, just a slow, steady whisper, kind of just growing until you feel just a cold hand on your shoulder. As you kind of turn, you could see the bones and ligaments just kind of sitting there. Yes, dear, what is it?
I remember the young elf I came here with, the one that had the god inside him.
Can't say that I do.
Short, usually kept to the ground, had this weird way of saying things. It was like he was trying to keep his voice smooth, but always cracked.
Oh, the one with the frozen arm.
Yes, that one.
Yes, I remember him. I didn't know this. He's not with you. Pity.
Yeah, I forgot until I actually looked down and saw the dark. Do you think you can go find him for me?
Oh, why, of course. When I find him, should I kill him?
No, just drag him here.
You don't mind if I literally drag him, do you?
Whatever gets him here faster.
Righto. Kind of slowly turning to Rahadin and just staring at him. You note Lady Whitehaven's expression change slightly. Well, I'll be on my way. And she just kind of vanishes.
So, keeping this part in my head, I'll just, I guess, telepathically try to talk to her. What was that weird look to Radine for?
Contractually, I'm not obligated to tell you. That said, because I do appreciate what you're doing for me, I will say, well, he reminds me of something. Almost an itch in the back of my mind. Something that I've forgotten, and I'm not sure why. I spoke to him earlier, but now when I'm with you, he makes me feel angry for some reason. But I can't quite place it. I've never met him before.
Kind of looking back to Rahadin, what is he doing right now?
He is still reading. He has dropped a book on the floor and is now reading through a scroll.
Just try your best to see what you remember. It comes to mind.
Yes, well, that's a bit of a problem. One of the, well, you'll find out soon enough. But, well, Sadly, I had to give up all the mortal memories, which is why it's so strange. The feeling. I normally don't get those.
So I guess pondering over this for a bit, leaning over the railing, I'll end my turn there.
Alright. This brings us to Khan's turn. Lurking in the shadows, you note the mounting skeletal presence to the northwest.
My token's not on the scene.
Your token certainly is, but you're not actually in the right scene. That's the problem. I think it'd be easier just to activate you instead of everybody, so let me move you instead of pulling everybody and making them reload.
Noting that, I'll just kind of tiptoe around.
Okay.
Oh.
So based
Hit a
on
wall.
that, make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. You awake?
25.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm just kind of tiptoe. It's right here. Again, I'll just cast minor illusion. Pointing or covering my mouth and looking towards. I can't really see that, can I? Looking towards this direction. A quiet shuffle of feet kind of emit as if someone has been walking there. Do I know anything from the skeletons?
Just that their attention goes to that direction.
Cool. Alright. Those. Oh, you said cantrips are now actions, right?
What?
Cantrips are now actions, right?
I didn't say that. I just noted that in your spell book, it
Okay.
says that your usage is an action. As far as the cantrip goes, if it's a cantrip, it doesn't matter if it's a bonus action or action. It just matters what the spell is itself.
Okay.
Unless you specifically, unless it states that your cantrips are bonus actions. That's why I asked,
Okay.
because it says your spell usage is one action.
Alright, yes, it heads over there. Hold on, let me count. It's right here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Cool. I'll prep the remaining rest of my movement to kind of head over here as soon as the 3 skeletons to my west clear out the passage way. And I'll end my turn here.
Pretty sure you
I'm
cannot
sorry?
prep. Pretty sure you can't prep movement.
I can't, like, run towards this direction as soon as they leave?
No, you can't prep movement. You can prep actions that you haven't taken, but you can't prep movement.
Okay, I'll just end my turn here.
Brings us to Lucian's turn. Let me pull you too.
Seeing everyone head up the stairs, I'll follow along and head up the stairs.
Damn it, I didn't have to prep you then.
Oh, yeah.
Curses. Cool. Did I pull you the scene though anyway? I did. My bad. Be pulling you back. And your movement would put you, it doesn't really matter. It would put you. You would be right there. You note the glowing warmth coming from the room above. Feels pretty comfortable, actually. I mean, you could take your movement. I don't really care.
Alright, I'll head on into the room. It just seems to be like a library.
It does a very clean, organized library. Again, you note the ceiling with angels burning in hellfire screaming down towards you. Um, Other than that, it seems to be a very comfortable room. To the northeast, you note Rahadin just kind of reading books with Bennett looking over a banister that goes down to what you can see from here, which looks like a spiraling staircase. You know Wolfram also looking at some books to your right or left, depending on which way you're standing.
Following suit, I'll turn to this bookcase here and just kind of look over. Any titles or anything I can notice?
You just see random words written on the spines of most of the books, and then others don't have any titles whatsoever. There's also certain scrolls that don't have anything, but different colors of ribbon: blue, red, pink, green. You don't notice anything outside of a random word or two. They seem to be um, almost nouns, just kind of lithered around with a few just, or at least no specific titles. You note tree, you note duck, you note dragon, things of that nature, but you're not really sure what you're looking at in terms of the books.
I'll, I'll take one off of the yeah, I'll take one off of these shelves with at least has words I recognize.
Okay. Uh,
And then and in opening it, still the same. Just it just doesn't make any sense. That's the ridge.
Give me a sec. Ah, wait. Oh boy, time to get out that D20.
And so roll a d20.
Yeah, would you, could you? What do we have? We have an 8. You note a title that just says plane shifting. As you kind of open the pages of the book, you're noting that it seems to be fairly eye-catching. Leafing through it, you know that in common, and it just kind of notes different apparatus and spells to allow you to shift planes. Most notably, there's a bit of a chapter on the different planes. You note the first one is about Barovia. It has a multitude of details of handwritten accounts of wizards trying to exit the fog and the detrimental effects the fog has on them, going vertically and horizontally, getting to the western edge. You know that doesn't speak much of the eastern edge, as it just notes very clearly the western gate has been locked for centuries.
Any specific kind of any like specific symptoms of effects on the body?
It only notes that long exposure beyond about 2 to 4 minutes will cause death, and a weak constitution is almost instant death.
Any other planes talked about in the books?
You note the second chapter speaks of the astral plane. The third speaks of what seems to be called simply beyond the gates, and the third, or I'm sorry, fourth chapter seems to just be a dark and gray plane that only has 3 words attached to it: Raven, Mardukov, illness.
Yeah, I just with the book in hand, I'll just go over to one of these seats and just keep reading it.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Brings us down to, let's do you, skip skellies, Wolfram. So we're gonna finish out all the turns minus the skeletons. That brings us to Jotun's turn. You note the others slowly entering into the room. What do you do?
I will also kind of enter the room. And then I'll kind of go over to one of the bookcases. What do I see, I guess?
You see numerous books, tomes, and scrolls neatly and cleanly laid out across about a 10-foot black marble bookcase. It has about 3 levels.
I'll kind of move over to the railing over here, and I'll kind of look down.
You just note the darkness on the bottom floor. It seems silent, and you can't really make out anything. You do know that's pretty far down. You'd argue about 30 feet, which again, uh, thinking back to the way the layout of the temple is, you note the second floor was only 20 feet above the first, so how something goes down 30 feet is kind of strange.
Hmm. I'll kind of take a seat in the chair, and then I'll end my turn.
Okay. My nose. We're gonna skip the skeletons till next go round. Brings us to Wolfram's turn.
Look at the bookshelf again. Any words on those?
Sorry?
Look at the bookshelf again. Any words on those?
You note some of the same words, different nouns, just things like nature, bush, um, stones, forceful. That's actually not a noun, but you get the point.
I'll take the one that says forceful.
Okay.
And with that, I will simply head to the chair right here. Looking towards that Raiden, I'm simply gonna ask Wolfram, I'm simply ask anything over there that is able to assist the young master English. Find any gods? Or does he smile?
You're gonna have to
Or is
repeat
it-
what you said.
So basically, I just take the book and plop down on this chair. I'm just gonna ask Raiden, based on the books he's reading, anything about the old gods that he's specifically looking for, such that it says able to help the young master.
He kind of just kind of glances back at you and then goes back to reading. Just kind of while reading, just going, and what do you know of helping the young master?
You previously told me that about this old god. It's about to do with the souls in this land. And with that, I was able to get my goals too.
I'm sorry, repeat that last part.
With oh, I'm able to help me complete my mission I was given. Try to free the souls in this world. Let them pass on into the afterlife.
I'm
In the
shaking his
shadow,
head and he
really.
just goes, and why would that help the young master?
Hmm.
Do you have an answer? Or
Uh, I presume cults or people cults, necromancers, people use the souls over here.
Rahadi, not really looking up from his book, just kind of raises his voice a bit. Bennett, is this one your friend as well?
You kind of see Bennett's head snap up from the darkness. What? What happened?
This pale creature is asking me peculiar questions. Is this one of your friends?
Kind of looks over to Wolfram. I mean, I wouldn't call him a friend, but he's useful when it comes to a fight.
You can just see Rahadin nod towards Ben and then go back to reading. Very well. I know not what you speak of, but no one in Barovia steals souls. They simply cannot leave once they are caught within the realm, the plane, rather.
See, with that, I'm gonna sit on the chair and read more further into the book he has in his hand about forceful. Turn my into it. Nope. Does book contain anything?
Noting, just kind of glancing through, you note the book seems to detail the dwarven race that once lived and roamed the northern mountains and caverns of Barovia. You note that the title "Forceful" is the translation of what their tribe was once called. in their language or in the Dwarvish they spoke. It details just again as you flip through it, the mines to the north and how they were the main provider of ores and metals to the rest of the land. And after more or less going from the northern mountains and settling down in the old city of Perez, they ruled fairly well for some time until uh, an accident, quote unquote, as written, noted that they were wiped off or their city was wiped off the map completely, and is now just a swamp known as the ruins of Perez. It
Doesn't
doesn't
mention.
detail what, yeah, it doesn't mention what happened.
Oh, yeah.
There is a note in ink that points out that Strahd is particularly angry and vengeful when it comes to women he loves.
I'm gonna continue reading for it in the book in my turn.
Okay.
Is that me?
Sorry, I'm just double checking some stuff because books equal lore, lore equal figuring things out. This is nope. It is Kester's turn.
Okay. Where am I going? I turn to
Uh,
Camden.
All right, Camden kind of just smiling. Yes, yes, follow.
All right, I guess I start sprinting after him. 5, 10, 15, 20. Is that a pile of rocks?
No, that as you note, looking at it, is what seems to be a large cluster of what looks like skulls.
That wasn't like that before.
Camden just kind of shouting, "Don't worry about it. Hurry, hurry."
Okay. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Where?
He just kind of points north. We'll have to go in through the dining hall, and then past that onto the balcony, and then, well, we'll figure that out when we get there.
Okay. 60. I guess that's all. That's all I got. That's a long walk. I'll run. And I end my turn.
All right. This brings us to Tilbury.
Seeing as how everyone entered, I go ahead and follow along. And as I enter and see that I've quite frankly walked into probably the largest library pretty much ever. First I kind of start looking around, but then kind of lunging towards the nearest nearest book bookcase. As I start looking, I kind of just run my eyes through over all of the tomes. Do I recognize or see any uh, titles that stand out?
You don't know anything that stands out per se. Just again, there seem to be certain. Most of the tomes don't have anything written on them. Some have nouns just kind of written almost in ink or just kind of quickly printed into them. Random things again. There's notably enough one that says tree, one that says spout, one that says ocean, another that says stone, etc. They're just strewn about over three rows. Albeit you can only reach the first two. The third one is too far above you to actually reach.
Then, and this is for not only the one in front of me, but the other one adjacent to it. This one.
Yes, you know also the same looking case, same size and same appearance of tomes, scrolls, and books. Again, most don't have many words on them.
All right. Then, seeing as adopting a bit of a confused grimace, I kind of just grabbed, I guess, the one that mentioned stone, and picking up the book. Do I first off, what's on the cover of the book?
You note just kind of a just uninteresting gray book. You note on the gray tag or the blackish tag, it just has kind of a leather bound seal. It doesn't say anything, it just has a strange symbol on it.
And I don't recognize the symbol at all.
I'm sorry, this is the stone book?
Yes.
You don't recognize the symbol now. For all intents and purposes, it just kind of looks like a stone.
And before I guess I open the book, do I notice any uh, uh, magical nature emanating off the book?
You do not know. You don't sense any magic in the room at all.
Okay, then I'll just open up to the, let's say, first page.
Noting and opening to the first page, you know particularly, you're not sure what the book is written in, but well, actually, you do. You know that it is written in a dwarvish language. Um, Flipping through it, you know that it's written in a particular format. It doesn't seem like it was written to per se read, but you know that details what seems to be different minerals and ores of Barovia, their magic properties and their hardness as it pertains to how lucrative they would be to be mined. You note the top seems to have, or the first few pages seem to just have lists of specific documented areas within Barovia to find such ores. You know the few ores listed, none that you're really familiar with, as you realize you've never actually seen a dwarf in Barovia until you met Migo and Kretz.
Then as I kind of scan the book, flipping the pages, I kind of get a bit. Am I allowed to grab another book or no?
It's up to you.
Oh, then. Sorry about that. Then as I kind of just scroll through the book, getting a bit disinterest, I remember seeing the book that said Sprout, right? Like,
Yes. Spout.
oh, Spout, like a plant.
Mm, like a spout. You don't know what a spout is?
Wait, I think I'm not here. Wait, it's Sprout, right?
Nope, there's no R. Spout. Spout. Spout.
Spout.
Yes, spout.
Okay. I guess putting the book of stone back into the bookcase. I go and grab another one. It was Spout, and what was the other?
There was one called Spout. There was one called Rock. There was, I'm sorry, Stone. There was one called, what was it, Ocean. And there are random ones you can actually roll on it if you'd like.
Oh, sure. What am I rolling? D20,
Mm-hmm.
D100.
D20.
Alrighty. D20.
So a 9. That was an 8.
No, that was a 9. That was Lucian.
Okay. You note a book that just says "Fate Forfeited." It seems to be fairly stained and charred, and what seems to be dried blood.
Okay. I guess looking, I pulled it out already, right?
I don't know. Did you?
You know what? Yeah, I did. I was looking for the driver book anyway, so I guess with it in my hands, again, I don't notice anything magical about it, right?
Nope.
Okay, then same thing what I did before. I just flip to the first page. Oh, it's skim. Start looking through the pages.
As you skim through the pages, you slowly start to realize that the book seems to detail a story of a young girl and the sacrifice she made. You continue through pages to realize that it wasn't a sacrifice that the girl knew of. As you just kind of look at the account, you start noting that the ink written, or the ink the story's written in, seems to be dried blood. This kind of concerns you a bit as there's charring on the pages, making it hard to see. Stuck between two pages, you can almost see something through the almost thin, transparent pages, but you're not really sure what it is. Do you continue?
Uh, yes. There was no mention of an appearance of the little girl, right?
From the story you're reading up to this point, it just seems to be an account of a sacrifice being made to do something, but again, it seems stuck between two pages.
Okay, then I guess I see if I can look at the page that's stuck together.
So kind of pulling and shifting,
Being
trying to.
very, very careful not to rip the page.
Uh,
Like insanely careful.
as you kind of peel the page apart slightly, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I can do that. Yo, why? Okay.
You can't seem to unstick the pages as they begin to tear slightly. As you hear the tearing start, you know immediately just, what are you doing? You kind of look up to see Rahadin just glaring at you. Do you know how old this library is and the secrets that it has inside of it? Put that back. Now.
I go ahead and do so.
You have much to learn, girl. You might want to sit with your friends and maybe sit on your hands.
Kind of sighing. Can I make it over there? 30. No, I guess I'll go ahead and make it to here. Sitting down and obviously pouting. I'll end my turn there.
Okay. You know, Rahadin just kind of staring at you, shaking his head slowly. Children. And this brings us to, we're going to skip all of you. Actually, I'm just gonna have Helwood just. Helwood just kind of slowly entering and sitting next to or nearby Jotun, kind of staring at him and looking around. She seems to start sharpening her blade. This is going to bring us back to Yamez, and that's going to end our session after this.
So looking back at the skeleton, I'm gonna ask them, what are they guarding?
As they kind of stop looking at what they're looking at and turn back to you, you know the closest to you just shakes his head. Rooms here. We're not sure. The master animated us. We are to attack anyone who tries to enter. He was worried about something. Someone accessing things in here.
Well, I'm sitting here. Good to know. Thank you.
They just kind of nod and shout.
So this now, seeing that, at least all from like what he thinks all the candles, he's just gonna dash to the door. Does it open?
Sorry, repeat that?
Me.
What's up?
He ran to the door and he's trying to see if it's gonna open now.
He ran to the door?
It's the door, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't notice it opening now.
Okay. I was end turn there because it's fucking late. Yeah, pass.
All right, so that's going to end our session here. Yeah. Congrats. You found stuff.
My luck this entire session.
It's bad nothing.
Go remember it's last day this last day we're gonna look to see a palindrome date.
What?
Say it again.
It's the last time of our life we're gonna see a palindrome date. It's the exact same backwards and forwards.
Oh yeah, 12, 22, 21.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Bye bye.
Oh, it is. Wait, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
No, we just need to wait, never mind. What's 12? Like 6, man.
Right. Last day of the century.
Yeah, dog, just wait a century.
Wait, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I just wrote it out. 12/02/22/21.
Now
What?
flip it. The number's
01.
included.
No. That's the number that's backwards. 01.
Oh man, 12, 22, 21.
12,
You're not.
22,
You don't count
21.
the other stuff. You're just
You don't?
counting the dual date. Dual numerals.
You don't put the 2000. You just put the 21.
No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Just 21. 12. 2. Okay, yep. I see it. All right.
disappear. I'm gonna see you guys later.
Later.
Later. Alright, and for everyone watching on the Twitch side of things, I am going to disappear a little bit. I ordered some food, and that's going to be in a bit, and I also promised friends that I would jump on for a game or two before I call it a night. So, thank you all for watching. This is going to be the last stream for the week, unless at some point I decide, you know what, I'm feeling frosty, let me throw up another one. I don't know. Hell, I might appear on somebody else's stream. Once again, thank you all for watching oh so much. Really is appreciated. New attitude change for a character. Because he was brought up in a weird place. So, makes sense that he would line up with it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Really is appreciated. Let's go show some love to... Who's up right now? I think Stone. Yeah, Stone's having his last match, so let's hit up Mr. Voodoo Ush. Right now streaming WWE 2K19 All-Star Digital Wrestling, his Xbox division, his own EFED VDW. Huge inspiration for me starting my own DKW, which I will try to host next week. It's going to be the first episode in a while. So, yeah, with the new time, we might get some friends back into the fray. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Really is appreciated. Let's go show some love to Voodoo Rush. And I'll see each one of you beautiful people in the next one. Sayonara.